Hello, my dear students. In the previous class, we were doing which lesson? We were doing lesson Three Men at Picnic Point. So today we will continue with the same lesson, page number 49. So look at page number 49. We are but the sorriest slab of our stomach. It is very strange, this domination of our intellect by our digestive organs. We cannot work, we cannot think unless our stomachs will. So it dictates to us our emotions, our passions. After eggs, it says work. After a thick slice of meat, it says sleep. After a cup of tea, two spoonfuls for each cup, and don't let it stand more than 3 minutes. It says to the brain, now rise and show your strength. After how muffins, it says, be dull and soulless like a beast of the field, a brainless animal with listless eye, unit by any ray of fancy or of hope or fear or love or life. So here in this stanza, this writer is talking about what? About the stomach. Stomach is our digestive organ, yes or no? So this stomach, when it is full, then we can work, we can think, yes or no? So unless our stomach is not full, if we are hungry, we don't want to do anything. Our stomach is not willing to do anything, and if our stomach is full, then it will send message to the brain. Then the brain will indicate us. It indicate our emotions also, our patience also. And the writer also say that what it happened when we take after egg, what happened? It says our brain says work. Then after a thick of slice of meat, we feel lazy, we want to sleep, yes or no? So our brain says sleep. Then after a cup of tea, that is 2 spoonfuls for each cup, what happened? After 3 minutes, it say to the brain that it is, we have to stand, now rise, and we have to show our strength. So but be dull and soulless like a beast of the field, a brainless animal with listless eye. Here listless means, what do you mean by listless? Having no energy or enthusiasm. Unit by any ray of fancy or hope or fear or love or life. That means if our stomach is not full, then we cannot work, we cannot think, we cannot do anything. Okay. So next paragraph. Before our supper, Harris and George and I were quarrelsome and snappy and ill-tempered. After our supper, we sat and beamed on one another, and we beam upon the dog too. We love each other, we love everybody. Harris in moving about trod on George's corn. Had this happened before supper, George would have expressed wishes and desires concerning Harry's fate in this world, and the next that would have made a thoughtful man shudder. That means here what say the writer said, before our supper, no, we were quarreling with each other, and we are having so much ill temper because we are feeling so much hungry. Yes, when one is hungry, think about yourself also. When you are hungry, what happened? When someone say to you something, you feel angry, yes or no? If you are hungry, if your mother is not giving you food, and if it is late, if the rice is not ready, if the meal is not ready, or the breakfast, what do you feel? You are feeling so much hungry, and when your mother is saying come here and do this, you are feeling angry, yes or no? So the same thing happened to them. So here you see the word beam. Beam means smile cheerfully and happily. So, and after what happened, after their stomach is full, they were smiling with each other, they were quarreling with, they were not quarreling. Before that they were quarreling, they were ill-tempered. But after the stomach is full, they were so much happy, they were trodding. Here trod means step on. Okay, so step on, they were trodding with one another, they were pushing each other, and they were talking, and they were feeling very much happy, and they were expressing their wishes and desire. Okay, as it was, he said, steady old man, wear wheat. Here wear wheat means possibly a warning not to step on the speaker corns. Okay, so the speaker is saying, it was, he said. What he said? Steady old man, don't step. Okay, don't step. He is giving warning not to step on his corns. And Harris, instead of merrily observing in his most unpleasant tones that a fellow could hardly help treading on some bit of George's foot if he had to move about at all within 10 yards of where George was sitting, suggesting that George never ought to come into an ordinary sized board with feet that length, and advising him to hang them over the side as he would have done before supper, now said, oh, I am so sorry, old chap, I hope I haven't hurt you. And George said not at all, that it was his fault. And Harry said no, it was his. It was quite pretty to hear them. So the writer is talking about Harris and George. Harris, instead of merely observing what he did, in his most unpleasant tone, he fellow could hardly help treading, that is, on some bit of George's foot. He stepped on George's foot, and he had to move about at all with 10 yards of where George was sitting. So he had to move 10 yards away from where the place George was sitting. So suggesting George that never out to come in the ordinary size board, and he is suggesting it to George, okay, and advising him to hang over the sides. He said, I will not go, you go that side, I will sit this way. He was talking. So he have not done that before supper. Oh, I am so sorry, old chap, he said, because he stepped on, Harry stepped on whose feet? George's feet. And when he said sorry, apologizing, when he apologized, when he asked pardon, when he asked sorry, when Harry asked sorry to George, George said, not at all, I don't mind, it was his fault. And Harry said no, what he said, it was his. George said, it was my fault because I kept my feet here. And Harry said, no, it was my fault. For both of them were talking and having a conversation. So at this, the writer was listening quietly, and he was feeling very much happy to hear them. Okay, so this is the end of the story. I hope you are clear enough with the lesson, because too much time I have taken to explain this lesson. So please go through the lesson once again, read all the whole the lesson. Okay, read whole the lesson, read nicely and clearly, and if you have any problem regarding this lesson, you can get back to me. So we will end our class here. Thank you.